let's go on. Now we have to read the part related to light. When we returned to the street, light from the kitchen windows had filled the areas. If my uncle was seen turning the corner, we hid in the shadow until we had seen him safely housed. Or if Mangan's sister came out on the doorstep to call her brother in to his tea, we watched her from our shadow peer up and down the street. We waited to see whether she would remain or go in, and if she remained, we left our shadow and walked up to Mangan's steps resignedly. She was waiting for us, her figure defined by the light from the half-open door. Her brother always teased her before he obeyed, and I stood by the railings looking at her. Her dress swung as she moved her body, and the soft rope of her hair tossed from side to side. Okay, so now we left darkness and we are introduced to light. And light comes from where? From the kitchen windows, the house where Mangan's sister is. So Mangan's sister will be always surrounded by light. And light is an important symbol. Okay, it's a positive one. So the light we found in this passage is from the kitchen windows. Mangan's sister is described in light while they are in darkness and shadow. In fact, in this line, the narrator says that they are in shadow, our shadow. Okay, and what about her figure? Her figure is described in this way. Her figure defined by light. So one of the main features of her figure is that it is defined by light. Then we have the description of her clothes. Her dress swung as she moved her body, and the soft rope of her hair tossed from side to side. Okay, first of all, she was waiting for them. So maybe the author wants us to feel or to believe that she is interested in one of the boys in this group. Okay, second thing, the description of her dress with this air moving it and with her movements is a description related to temptation, to seduction. So she's wild, she's free, and she is in light, just like the garden. So do you remember the wild garden with the apple tree? This is the same. Mangan's sister is a symbol of freedom, symbol of life, symbol of escaping from reality. However, being a child, she is a bit imprisoned. Okay, she's not totally imprisoned like the narrator, as we will discover later, and from the symbol I'm going to explain next. But the Mangan's sister here, in her description, there is the word rope. Okay, a rope is the objective correlative of imprisonment. So even if the whole description is related to freedom, there is a small part related to imprisonment, okay? And we will find out why at the end. Another idea related to imprisonment is the railings. In fact, the rope is linked to the line, I stood by the railings. The railings is the objective correlative of imprisonment. He is as if he's in a prison, observing her from far away and longing to be able to reach her. So the boy is waiting to meet her. He is imprisoned, and for him, she is the only source of life and escape from reality. So to wrap up today's class, it's related to the imagery of dark and light. We have the description of the setting, the short days of winter, there is no light, the houses are somber, the mood is gloomy, the color violet is the color of the church, as well as related to the gloomy atmosphere. The air is cold because we are in winter. Children are playing and they are a source of life. The streets are silent, and the only source of noise is the voice of the children, like the beginning of our short story. The word dark repeated many times. Another point we didn't mention, and I want to mention it now, is the smell. It's not just dirt, but even smell. Everything has an odor. It's odor stables. You can